Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna do another classic rock reaction. This one is called In My Time of Dying, and it's by the British rock group Led Zeppelin. Let's check it. Wow, nice slide guitar. Love how that bass came in. This is a song of repentance. Yo, this is an old blues song. Please meet me with another pair. So I can die easy. This is an old blues song, man. Jesus gonna make it like that. Definitely an old blues song. Listen to that. Listen to that bass line. I've only been this young once. Yo, this is my jam, yo. Holy cow. This is powerful. Wow, man. This bass line is killing me. I must have left some traces. Yo, hold up for a minute. Man. Yo, sorry, sorry about the pause there. Man. All right, a couple of things. I know this song. This is an old blues song. Going way the hell back. If I go through my dad's old, not even LPs, probably old 45s, I bet you I could find this tune. Jesus is gonna make up my dying bed. I need to know who was the original artist of this song. But anyway, this version here, man, if I could sum it up in one word to describe my impression of this, it's thunderous. It's powerful, gripping. No, gripping doesn't even do it justice. It's yeah, thunderous, I think. It's just incredible. Definitely it's the instrumentals about the song. The lyrics are excellent, but and I like what it says because I'm familiar with a couple of passages in it, but it's the instrumentals in this song that carries the whole song, that is the exclamation point of it. Man, the bass line between the bass and the drums, of course the lead guitar, the slide is fantastic, but what commands my entire attention here is the bass and the drums. The unison between the two of them is fantastic, man. Holy cow. In my time of dying. What else do I have to say? I got too much more to say. Let's go. each one of them are doing something different. The bass is doing his thing. The drums, he's doing his thing. Of course, the guitarist is leading. Listen to this. He's really pleading his case before the heavenly hosts. Throw your ass in hell. Great drummer. But this bass player though, he's right there with the lead guitar. So he made it in. So this wailing is in celebration of being accepted into heaven. Wow, it's fantastic. Oh, there's more home. They're talking. Come and have a listen then. Oh, wow. It's cool. They left that little bit in there of them chatting back and forth. I like that. Nice little touch. Yo. You know, all I can say is I now understand why you guys were just so on me to do this, to react to this. Ever since so 2 Led Zeppelin songs, and in between those 2 Led Zeppelin songs, Since I've Been Loving You and Baby Come On Home, every second or third comment is a request for this song. And you guys have picked up the fact that I like the blues, I like the sound of the blues and the power behind it. So you've picked up on that about me, and I think that is why you were so consistent with having me react to this. Man, you know, when I first looked at the track and it was 11 minutes long, I was saying to myself, how am I gonna maintain my interest for 11 whole minutes? But yo, man, this is incredible. And you know what's cool? It's obviously their version of the old classic, Jesus Gonna Make Up My Dying Bed. Man, I couldn't tell you who it's from. I just know that it's on my dad's maybe 8-track collection somewhere. I would have to go into the basement, check out the garage, break open a whole bunch of boxes, whatever. But yeah, I know this tune, and they did a great job with it. And I'm gonna go back to what I said in my first impressions when I paused. The first word that I can use to describe this whole track is power, or thunderous. It's got a thunderous approach. Yeah, it starts off nice with the slide and him kind of laying the foundation of what the song is about in the singing. In my time of dying, sorry, go back to the lyrics. In my time of dying, want no one to moan. All I want for you to do is take my body home so I can die easy. Man. And that sets it up. And then I realized, all right, you know, this is a song of repentance, and he's probably on his deathbed, and he is now pleading his case before the heavenly hosts to accept him into heaven. Fantastic imagery of that in the lyrics, and then you add these instrumentals. The instrumentals is on point here, and it's it's at the forefront of this song. The last song I did from Led Zeppelin, Baby Come On Home, it was the lyrics that was at the forefront of that song. This particular song, it's definitely the instrumentals, and it's like they're taking turns or something between songs. But again, here I am, 3 songs in for Led Zeppelin, and you can hold a gun to my head, and guys, I still wouldn't be able to tell you who is the better musician here, who I like better, who I like the most, because from one song to another they seem to take turns in the spotlight in my focus, taking my attention. It's incredible. The drummer can keep pace with the lead guitar. It's like he follows him. The lead guitar does something great. The drums does something great. The bass, when I notice the bass, that is a fantastic musician at the helm of that bass guitar. Let me tell you, he can match the lead guitar note for note, keep pace with him, and when they're breaking into their overtures, he goes off and he does his own thing. The lead is doing its own thing, the drums is kind of doing its own thing. Then they come together in this big thunderous drop, and I love the breaks in between. Yeah, okay, I'm going through a state of overwhelm here. You know why it's so powerful to me? It's because I know this song, I'm familiar with it, and so I have this image in my head of the original song being bluesy, a little bit on the sombering, tranquil side, as a lot of blues, especially black blues musicians, kind of go. It has that kind of essence and vibe of The Thrill Is Gone. That's what I'm remembering about this tune. But then these lads take this song and they redo it, and they killed this, man. They killed it. I've never heard a version of a blues song remade like this. Now I'm starting to wonder what else they've got in their repertoire. I can't see them making a better blues remake song than this one, man. I am tripping out. But look, I want to get into something else before I kind of read up on this song. One of my friends, Terry, he was telling me to include this. There is a short, 3-4 minute video short, and I believe it's from a show called It Might Get Loud, and it's 3 musicians, Jack White, The Edge, I know The Edge is from U2, and Jimmy Page. And I guess this was just a couple of years ago, so it's an old Jimmy Page. He's got to be in his maybe mid-70s. So I really want to see this. I gotta see if the old guy still got it, man. So let's check this out for a couple of minutes, all right? It Might Get Loud. Let's go. There he is, white hair. Who's Jack White? Somebody please tell me. Look at this guy. He's in his 70s. 75. Keep up with him. Oh yeah, he's still got it. Cool to be so skilled and just living your dream, love what you're doing. Now look at him, 70, 75, still has the passion. God. That was fantastic. Oh yeah. Yeah, you deserve a hug, but man, it's got a touch of gracefulness and serenity with his gray hair. I love that he is just letting himself grow old gracefully, and he's not putting any kind of dye or anything in his hair to kind of preserve his youthful swag. He's just growing old gracefully, and he's still got that kind of like a youthful disposition regardless of his age. I noticed that in Mick Jagger too. Mick is he's got to be maybe older than Jimmy Page, because the Stones came about before Led Zeppelin, but he's got that youthful energy to him as well, even though he's advancing in his years. But yeah, this was fantastic. Take this off. That was fantastic. All right. I can't say enough about that. That was great. That was charming. Okay, man. Thanks for indulging me. So let's get back to business at hand here. Led Zeppelin, this song, In My Time of Dying. But you know what? I left myself a note so I don't get too far ahead and lose my way. I gotta give a shout out, man. I gotta give a shout out to Nelax44, Nelax44, Walter Viveros, Charles Rogers, Vernon Allen, Green Dreams, and Clapeful, Klape, full, Ful. Gents or ladies, thank you very much for recommending this song to me. It's incredible, and yeah, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now, there's a number of you who are not mentioned here because your recommendations are scattered all over the comment sections under headings of different songs. So I could only recover some of the people who are recommending this listen under the Led Zeppelin reactions that I'd already done. So thank you. I know that there's a lot more of you who recommended this, and sorry I couldn't actually put a shout out and a mention here, but thank you to those who all of you who recommended this song to me, man. Oh, how fantastic. I'm still in a state of overwhelm. 11 minutes just flew by so fast with that. Everything was just so perfect about that song. The musicianship, I'm just blown away at their musicianship and the way they cover the blues. This is such a far cry away from their conventional commercial fare, and if they're sitting on other songs like this, man, I'm so gonna get into it. But speaking of getting into it, man, let's do a little background on this. I'm just going to go to Wikipedia here, and I might get some information about the song, the origins of the song and the original. So Led Zeppelin, In My Time of Dying, and yeah, okay, so Led Zeppelin. Where are we? Sorry, I just lost my way again. The page just did some sort of a reshuffling. Okay, so here's the song facts about the song. In My Time of Dying was released on Led Zeppelin's 6th album, Physical Graffiti. At 11 minutes and 6 seconds, it's the longest studio track by the group, but contains no long instrumental passages despite its extended timing. The song is borrowed from an old blues tune known as Jesus Make Up My Dying Bed. Yeah, which was performed by Blind Willie Johnson in the 1920s. Okay. Blind Willie Johnson. I gotta look that up. I have to go back to that, source that out, listen to it, and confirm that it actually is the version that I'm thinking of when I was a kid, and my dad would play some of his old blues tunes. More song facts. Bob Dylan recorded an adaptation of the song on his first album, which Led Zeppelin used as the basis for their version of In My Time of Dying. The ending was not written when the band started recording the song. They jammed on it and improvised an ending. You can hear drummer John Bonham say at the end, "That's gotta be the one." Okay, yeah, okay, so that's what he was saying. That's what they were having, a little conversation at the end, okay. The British accents. For the recording, Jimmy Page uses an open A chord tuning. John Paul Jones plays a fretless bass. John Bonham's drums were recorded with a distinctive reverb effect in the same manner as on the track When the Levee Breaks from Led Zeppelin's fourth album. Yes, by the way, When the Levee Breaks, I would say that is another one that is very, very highly requested, When the Levee Breaks. So I'm guessing it's got that powerful delivery and a blues touch to it. I gotta check that out, so make a note for myself, When the Levee Breaks. All right, moving along. Record producer Rick Rubin has remarked on the song's structure, and I quote, "The bass line in the fast grooves is so interesting and unexpected. It keeps shifting gears over and over." There you go. That's what I was probably, and doing a very, very bad job at saying it. But yeah, Rick Rubin, I totally get what you're saying. The bass line really, really makes this song as powerful as it is. That thunderous power and everything. Of course, the guitar is great, but it's the bass line, the combination of the bass and the drums, that really, really has me. And obviously, it's got this guy too. Yeah, so quickly, in popular culture, In My Time of Dying, performed by Page and the Black Crowes, is on the album Live at the Greek. Page also included the song as part of his solo Outrider tour. Jimmy Page was in the Black Crowes. I gotta look into that. Was he in the Black Crowes? Or was he just kind of like an add-on and he was doing a tour with them? Let me know. I gotta look into that. In My Time of Dying was performed at Led Zeppelin's reunion show at the O2 Arena, London, on December 10th, 2007. Okay, 2007. So I wonder how the rest of the band is holding up after all these years. Obviously, just by watching this short there, Jimmy Page still has it. But what about the rest of the guys? How are they? And who was the oldest in the band? Was it Page? Was it, who was the oldest? Let me know. Jimmy Page, The Edge, and Jack White played this song's main riff together in the music film documentary It Might Get Loud. Okay. And again, guys, let me know who Jack White is. I've never heard of him. He's a young guy. He's obviously skilled, and he's definitely keeping good company. All right. So yeah, just going back to my first impressions. It's a very powerful song. The lyrics are really, really strong and compelling, and the instrumentals really, really help to not only carry the effect of the lyrics, the way the cuts are in and the way the guitar slides, and just the way the drums and the bass grooves with the song. It's really, it's just got a strong impact. It's thunderous. I keep going back to that word. But thunderous is what I'm going to use to describe these guys from now on. Well, you know, I mean, Baby Please Come Home wasn't thunderous. It had great melody and a tune of groove, but it was a platform for the singer to show his stuff. So maybe not all of their songs are thunderous, but this song is definitely thunderous. Since I've Been Loving You has a very strong, commanding delivery. It didn't have a lot of thunder in it, but it had a lot of power. But this had thunder. And thunder is the word I'm going to use to describe this kind of musicianship. Okay. I just want to take another quick look at the lyrics here. I really like the lyrics. And I really like the idea of what he's going through. He's pleading his case to get into heaven. He must be on his dying bed. He's about to die. Maybe his family's around him. It's his last rites, I believe it's called, when the preacher comes in and prays for him. Maybe he's going through that whole process, and he's pleading his case to the heavenly hosts. And lyrically he says, I've only been this young once. I never thought I'd do anybody no wrong. No, not once. I must have did some good. Oh, I believe I did. I see the smiling faces. I know I must have left some traces. Must have done somebody some good. Never meant to do nobody wrong. I only wanted to have some fun. Only wanted to have some fun. So these are great lyrics, and the instrumentals that accompany it is just so powerful, and it's so compelling. The lyrics become very compelling because of the power of the instrumentals. It really helps with the delivery of the lyrics itself. Now, he wasn't really, the singer, Robert Plant, wasn't really going off hard. He wasn't wailing or anything like that, but I really like the crest at the end where he's repeatedly saying, oh my Jesus, oh my Jesus, oh my Jesus, and then the instrumentals kick in and then takes him into another stretch of verse. That was excellent. So the breaks are in the right places. The instrumentals, man, are completely on point. I have to listen to a few more tracks to be able to tell you who I like better, who, in my opinion, is the best among that four. Incredible. If I remember Since I've Been Loving You, reading a little bit about the Led Zeppelin history and how these guys came about, and I heard that they had an option at one point in time to include maybe members of The Who in their band lineup. And I'm convinced now more than ever that if you take one of these guys out of that foursome, you've completely not only changed the sound, but it's not for the better. I'm convinced. The Who, they're great. I understand that they make some great tunes. I know of a couple. My Generation comes to mind. But I can't tell you that they would have made a better band or just as good as a band had they taken one of those four guys out of there. These four guys were meant to be in a band together. Yeah, that's all I can tell you, man. Because the sound that the four of them creates is something I've never heard before, never experienced. And man, it's just only 3 songs. Only 3 songs in, and this is not their more popular commercial mainstays. So I'm really looking forward to getting into the meat of the Led Zeppelin talent, as I'm going to call it, because you've got your commercial jingles, and then you've got some of these songs like this that might not be that well known, but it will really showcase their skills and their talent. So I'm looking forward to taking that trip, man. I just want to just check here and make sure I didn't. Oh yes, I did leave a note for myself here. I'm gonna be really careful with my Led Zeppelin reactions, my Led Zeppelin content. I've been sitting on this song for the past week or closer to 2 weeks now, because I've noticed that some of the reactions have, they might have made it up onto YouTube, but then 4 days, 5 days later, all of a sudden they're blocked worldwide, and I'm getting these notes saying that, sorry, your video is no longer allowed on YouTube. And I've been warned by countless number of people now, I'd say dozens, to be so careful with Led Zeppelin content, because of all of the music out there, it's probably among the most guarded. So I'm going to be careful about that, and thank you very much for all of your requests. There's a ton of them. But if it seems to you that I'm really taking my time with it, this is the reason why. I kind of sometimes upload it and just let it sit there for a while and just see what the algorithm does. And I actually had one of the YouTube associates message me a reminder, hey, what's going on with In My Time of Dying? I think it was Capeful that did. And I said to him, so far so good. It's still kind of sitting on there, and I'm just letting the algorithm do its thing, but I think that it's safe to go forward now. But my point being, I'm just going to take it really, really careful and slow with Led Zeppelin content, and I'm sure you understand. Yeah. All right, man. That is it. I'm not going to stretch this out any much longer. I can talk forever about this song, but I'm just going to say I'm definitely going to do another reaction. I think I'm going to probably try and see if I can do When the Levee Breaks. And there was another one that was really strongly requested. And again, it's got its heels and its roots in the blues. Dazed and Confused. So those are probably the two songs from Led Zeppelin that's probably going to be in the chamber next. It'll take me, I'd say maybe a couple of days, maybe more than a week to get to them, go through the testing process. But in any case, man, thanks very much for joining me. Thank you to all of you guys who recommended this to me. I really appreciate it. It's like a big world of discovery, and I'm looking forward to getting more familiar with their content. So you guys have yourselves a good day, and I'll catch you in another reaction. Take care. Peace.